I'm Marshall, and I'm the old bloke in the shed. One of many, I would think. I've got a video coming up after this for you, and I hope you enjoy. I need to make a new gibb for the compound on the Edgwic lathe. This is original, it's broken and it's too short as well. So I've got this whole bit of material, so I'm wanting to make that into one of them. Did have a bit of cast. This was a bit of cast I cleaned up, but it's not quite high enough. We could make it work, but I found this, so that's been in the ground for about 100 years. Probably a bit of, could be wrought iron. I think it's steel by the way it got. It didn't have those dark red sparks you get from like wrought iron or cast. So I'll get this machined and then we'll machine it to size. I machined it to make a new gibb. The bottom bit is the rusty iron. The top bit's the existing gibb for the Edgwic compound. It's broken, the original one, but I don't think it's long enough. I'm sure it was longer at one time. So I'm going to make a longer one. There is a third hole there, but there is room for a third hole in the side. So I've machined that in the Bridgeport, a bit of a mess to tidy up of course. And I'm within about 1 to 2 thou in both directions, so just to cut the angle. Nod the head once I find out the angle, and hopefully we can cut that. It won't be today and it won't be tomorrow, the day after. Lifted. It could be that piece of material, not square. See if we can get it. Right, I'll go and see if that'll fit in. I think what I'll do is when I put the bit in that we're actually going to cut, I'll run an indicator along the top of it and see how true it is to the cutting head. Okay, I'll just stop you there and I'll go and see if this is the right angle. The best I can get on the vise is 4 thou. but it's plus 3.5 there. 2.5. I go back to 3.5, I think. There you go. Oh, 4.5. So from one end to the other it's a thou out. Might manage to dink it a little bit. See if we can get it better. Sometimes when you dink it, it makes it so far off you waste your time dinking it. 3.5. .5 5/10. It's a wee bit in the middle. Wee bit of doesn't look as bad as the other one. The other one I can get to fit in, no bother. The angle was slightly shallow, so I've moved the head just about 1 degree. It does go in the way it is like, but so now it's trammed in and the vise is trammed in and it's trammed in along the cutting surface, which probably I should have done in the first place, but never mind. Anyway, this is why you do a trial piece. Then if you make a screw up, you don't screw up the actual one you're trying to do. So we'll get this cut in a second. Right, here we go. It's going to get noisy. That looks pretty even all the way down. That's 75 now. Right, try 50. So we'll just take 25 this time because we're getting close. It's got an even distance down the whole length, so tramming it in made the difference. This needs a little bit more. What's that? 15. That should work. That should work. This is the original. Bending it slightly smaller, but that won't matter because you've got adjusting screws that come in from the back. Try it in and see. That's just spot on. You've got 1, 2, 3 grub screws to push it that way. We need to bore these 3 holes. I don't think that'll... That's it fully that way. Yeah, let's see what happens when we tighten the grub screws. Yeah, that's moving, but we've still got to get the holes down into it. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Even though it took me a day. Always learning, as I like to say. So, I'll leave these loose. I've got my 3 positions for my bolts. They're 5/16. I'm tempted to get M8 ones instead. Well, I'll do 2 anyway. There was only 2 before, but I'd like to have the 3rd one in so it's more stable. Right, I'll have to go and sort the head and the Bridgeport, put it back to upright. Let's see if it'll self-drill. That's a 6.5mm drill. I don't actually have a 6.6mm. It says 6.6 for 5/16, but we'll see how it goes. I'll put a normal chuck on, see if it wobbles less than the other one. One. Fairly good. Should self-drill again. I just got it in the lowest down feed. I think the wobble's maybe in that adapter. I've got an older one I could try and see if it works better. Or it could be the bearings in the actual machine itself. It's not exactly a spring chicken. If you can get yourself a Bridgeport, well worth getting. Take a bit of learning, mind you. Or even a milling machine, it doesn't have to be a big chunk of a thing like this. Some of that small ones can go up to a 20mm drill. The chances of me losing that chuck is pretty high. I never used to own taps and dies, but I don't know how I managed sometimes, because all I seem to do nowadays is use taps and die. And you are doing a slightly higher level of stuff. We hope. Good, I think. Let's try it up a speed, just for fun. It's worked on thousands per revolution, so it's going a bit more now. There's 3 different ones you can use. What's this? to watch that cans of cutting oil, because if they fall wrong they burst open and they're pressurised. Because it's an open end, I can just keep going. So there you go. One gibb. There's the original. That started out we made it from that, would you believe? I love this stuff. And we might have another project coming up in a couple of weeks with another YouTuber making something with another bit of that. We'll wait and see. Anyway, I'll go and try it in and see how it does. I think it'll be alright. It's got the gibb back in now. You'll see it's sticking out, and this moves quite freely now with no lateral movement. I didn't have a grub screw, so it's just two 5/16 bolts. It doesn't matter because there's nothing I can hit. You have a grub screw there and a screw there and up there and down as well. And I put some oil in it and it's running well. Better than it was. So that's that job done.